Yes, I think I'm sharing my screen. So, oh, where is it? So the way to get this environment all set up now is you need an extension. Oh, you need an extension. So if you please open your VS Code and then please let me know when you have it open. Just look for search for WSL extension. So if you click on this bit here that says extension, then search for WSL. Please let me know once you search and find WSL. Yeah, so once you find, I've already installed it, but just click on install. You should see this install button. Oh, okay. So please let me know once you finish installing it. Ah, okay. So you need to press, I think it's Control Shift and P at the same time. Yeah, and then I think you can search for connect to WSL. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you just click on it. So you should be able to detect you have WSL and then so this is to provide you with a proper Linux environment. So are you in now? Ah, okay. So just yeah, I think yeah, I've downloaded the server. Once that's complete, you should be good to go. Oh, okay. Okay, while it's downloading. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So once you're in, like I've typed print working directory, so it's told me I'm here. So yesterday, I wanted to talk more about Linux file system. So if I cd to slash, so I've gone back to slash now. So if I run an ls minus al, so can you see various folders, right? And these folders, oh, have you finished downloading? Has it finished downloading now? Oh, okay. So once you have it, you have it's still downloading. Okay. So once you finish downloading, I think maybe your bandwidth is a bit slow. But so this is what the file system in a Linux server looks like. And you need to know what these things are. Um, a good example is this home. So home typically stores user information. So if I go to, so let me just go back to home, CD home. So if I run an ls minus al, so you can see that there's only one user here, Chris Ubuntu. Oh yeah, Covenant, you're here now. Are you? Did you miss the extension bit I was trying to explain? Covenant. Ah, okay. So you are here now. You are inside the WSL. Oh, okay. That's good. Um. So, and I think Victor, you can add at this point because you've used a lot of like Linux as well. Um. Oh, Victor, can you hear me? Um. So, so all these folders they are very important. So they are made for a reason. So this bin you see here is not a bin bag. It means binary. Like the first time I saw this, I was like, "What does this mean, bin? Like, is this like your recycle bin, or what kind of bin is this?" But it's not actually a bin in that sense. It's a folder called binary. So basically, if you go in here, so let me even go in there now. So I'm already in the home folder, right? So for me to go back, I need to press dot dot slash. Then it takes me into the slash directory. Like it takes me into the parent directory. Then I can, okay. Um, so you can see I'm in the binary directory now. So if I just run an ls minus al here, so sorry. Um, no, sorry. So let me go back here. Oh, I'll go back here. Sorry, I forgot to show you guys something. Oh, brilliant. So can you see this bit here? So can you see that it starts with an L? It's not a dash or it's not D. So this L means um there is a link. So if you look here, you see this binary folder is pointing to this directory here. So you can even go here. If I just copy cd slash usr slash binary. Oh. So you can see it takes me to USR. So USR, I think it means um, oh, it means these binaries are accessible system wide, if I'm correct. Victor, that's right, right? Okay, maybe Victor is not. Ah, yeah, sorry, I have a bit of a cold. Yes. So you might be asking, what are these binaries? So these binaries, you can see them here. They are basically um executables. If you see, there's X, there's X, there's another X here. So that means anybody can execute this file. For example, the user has RWX. The group is missing a write, so the group cannot write this file, and the outside world cannot write to this file. Only the user. And who's the user? Can you, yeah, I think it's for installing system-wide binaries. So what I mean by system-wide binaries is so there are two ways you can install something on your computer. The first way is you install it in a place where everybody can use it. So on your Windows machine you can have multiple users, right? So if you install it like system wide, then everybody will be able to access that binary. Then you can install the binary locally, which means only the user that installed it, will be able to use it. So, so if I take this line, for example, you can see that this is the user that has access to this file, root, and this is the group, root. Like I said, like every user, I think there's a one-to-one mapping from user to group. So you see this file now, this file now, let me do, let me do a small demo. I'll do a small demo so you can see what I mean by permissions. So let me just go to what do I okay, let me just try this command to see if it will work. No, can you see what's happening? Can you see I tried to create a command, sorry, I tried to create this file in this USR slash binary folder, and it's telling me cannot touch, permission denied. So that's because, say, if I look for who am I now, for example, it tells me I'm Chris Ubuntu, right? But if you look at the very top here, oh, there is so much binaries here. Oh, so can you see at the very top? So this dot, it means the current folder, the folder I'm in right now. So can you see the only person that has access is this root user? Can you see? And so so this third RWX is the permissions for the whole world, like anybody else apart from the user and the group. So you can say we only have R and X. We don't have W. So that's the reason why I can't create this file because I don't have permissions to write anything to that folder. So what I can do is I can now change, if I run sudo su. So sudo means I want to assume the permissions of the root user. So I need to enter my password when I created the WSL. So though you can't see anything, but I've just typed in my password. Now can you see that I'm no more Chris Ubuntu? Can you see that it's changed to root? So I believe I'll be able to create that file now. So if I just copy the command, so can you see it allows me to create the file? It doesn't complain. So if I do ls minus al, can you see the file exists? So you can see this file now. The root user has access to read and write. The root group has access to only read, and the other world has access to only R. So if I want, I can use chmod, let's say, so 777. So remember, 7 is the maximum permission, read, write, and execute. So the first 7 is for the user, the second 7 is for the group, and the third 7 is for the outside world. So if I apply these permissions against that file, then I check the file information now. So now all the permissions is there for everybody. So any user, can read this file, can modify the content of this file, can execute the file. So let's go back to cd slash now. So run ls minus al. So sorry, I'm still in the root user, so I'll just type exit. So I've logged out as the root user. I'm now back as my user. And then if I cd to slash, So slash is the topmost part of the file system. And then if I run ls minus al, so I have all these, file systems. So the binary folder is for, saving executable files. An important one you need to know is this home folder. That's for users. Then you also need to know about this etc folder. I think it's for storing configuration files for different applications. So if I cd into etc now, so you can see these are all configuration files for any service you want to run. So that's what the purpose of that, folder is for. Um, so this slash opt, I think it's another folder where you can store um, configuration files for for any service you want to deploy. So when I say service, I mean I think we'll create one. Maybe once we get to week 4, we'll deploy like GitLab. Then you'll see, the different places how the files are being, scattered around. But you need to know, the use of all this folder. Um, Another important one is this var. So this var means variable. So this is where you typically have your log files. So if I go to, let's say if I cd into var now, and I just list the files in there. So these are usually log files you will find. So you can see this is a typical place where you store your log. So if I cd into log, so you can see these are different log files, dot log, dot log. You can see log, you can see alt.log. Let's even look at the content of that alt.log. Um, Sorry, so don't be put away by this. So you can say these are all so log files are usually, you know, um, you see it looks like this where you just print lines. It just basically tells you what's happening. So you can see I think so if you look at this line, you can see it looks like when I used it in the past, I changed to the root user. So let's look at this one now. So can you see what's happened? So this is today, right? At 17:52. So some minutes ago, I ran this command sudo su. So you can see. So everything you do in a Linux system gets recorded. Then I think I press exit, and you see um is recorded in this alt.log that I've logged out. So so that's basically so all these folders in the Linux file system they are quite important and when I send out the assignment too, I'll get you guys to explore this folder more to do some more research about it. What kind of content they would normally have. Yeah, is there any questions so far? Any questions so far? Um, yeah, so we've touched on permissions, file system, um, I think we briefly discussed OSI layers. So let me briefly touch on Victor. Do you want to add anything? I don't know if you're still here. Okay, maybe Victor stepped away for a bit. Um, okay, so let's carry on. So let me, I kept mentioning services in the lecture, right? So let me show you. So let me just clear this screen. Control L. Um, so there's something called System CTL. So it's used for checking, if a service is up, Um, so let's see. Let me just type this command PS. Brilliant. Um, just one moment. So this PS is for listen processes that are running in the background. So it's similar to your task manager in Windows. Let me just run. And these commands, I've been using them for a very long time, so that's why I know, what to run. Ah, yeah, brilliant. So I have them now. Um, so if you type ps minus es means you want to see what processes are running, or basically what services are running in this Linux system. So so ps minus ef will list. I mean, there isn't any much services running here, but at least we can see basic stuff like um. So you can see this is me here, Chris Ubuntu. Then you can see system D. Yeah, system D is the one I was talking about, which is system CTL. So these are ways to check what's running in the background. So you can see, so PID is quite important. It means the process ID. So it's quite an important number because, for example, if you want to kill a process, then if you have the PID, you can, just issue the kill command to stop that process from happening. It's the same thing you do when you are your task manager. You want to kill a process that is not responsive. So you can see, I mean, there isn't any proper service happening here because these are all like root, system D, myself here. So maybe what we'll do is, I think in week 4 we'll install and deploy an application. Then you will see the full story, how to check services, how to check, if a service is up or if it's down, how to troubleshoot network. I think one thing I should show you guys here, if you run, I think is the if config. Yeah, I can't remember which one is for Windows. Oh, I think it's like IP config. Wait, let's try this one. Maybe the thing is no. I think what I'm trying to get is my IP address. So this is a very good point. So I tried ifconfig, right? So ifconfig is a way to check network related information in Linux. So you can see it says command ifconfig was not found, but can be installed with this, right? Now, you remember we talked about package manager. So, and I said, because there are different Linux systems or Linux distributions, there are different package managers for them. So this apt is the package manager for Ubuntu. If you are using a CentOS, it's not apt, it's Yum. If you are using RHEL, I think it's called DNF. So basically, the package manager is what you will use to install what you need. So you can see I tried running this command, it said it's not available. So I need to install it, right? And you can see it requires sudo. So which means if I try to install it as Chris Ubuntu, it's not going to work. So I need to assume, you know, root permissions to be able to install. So I'm just going to copy this. So the first thing I'm going to do is, Victor, what's that command? I think it's apt update. No, just so this is the first time I'm spinning up the system. So I think it might have stale, you know. So what I'm just doing is to try and update the whole system to to get the latest, stuff on the system. And I'll let me just try this on if it's. I'm just trying it. And so it looks like it's working. Uh, Yeah, so I think we should try and explain why we are doing this. So if you see what's happening, if you look at this line, you say get, and it's trying to get something from somewhere. Security.ubuntu, then it's trying to get, whatever this thing is. So the point I'm trying to explain is there is a repository somewhere that holds new versions of packages, and this is something you need to get used to in Linux. They are always creating new versions of packages. So old packages are getting deprecated because of, for example, security vulnerabilities. So they're always updating stuff. So very regularly you want to, keep your, it's like Windows update. After some time Windows will tell you, oh, there's a new update, update your machine. It's exactly the same thing I'm doing right now. I'm just updating the Linux server to try and get, the latest, package versions. So you can see it's saying 35 packages can be upgraded. Oh, so run apt list to see them. Um, okay. Um, so let me see if I see sudo apt list dash dash upgradable. So you can see all these packages, and this is will take you for example. So this is the one we used last. Was it last week? You can see call. So whenever you have like a Linux system, there are some packages that already come by default with them. So you don't need to install them. Then if you need extra packages, then you will have to install them yourself. So another one that you see that we are going to use at some point down the line is this OpenSSH. So this allows you to, connect to, you know, version control systems. So you can see all these packages can be upgraded. I think there's a command for upgrading them. Uh, is that update not working? Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah, because it looks like it's just I'm using sudo already, so I think I should be sudo app upgrade. So let's try this one. Okay. Aha, yes, I think it's working now. They've changed this command. The last time I used it, so at work I use mostly RHEL and CentOS systems, so I don't use Ubuntu. So if I just type yes, so it's now going to update all those packages for me. Yeah, yes, it's working now. Yes, I haven't upgraded it previously, so it's just upgrading now. So just wait. In the meantime, does anyone have any question? Um, no question. Is everyone in their Ubuntu now? Like, oh, sorry, can you hear me? Yeah, so you're all on your Ubuntu on VS Code and you can get into the Linux file system. Oh, okay, that's good. So I've just upgraded, all the stuff I need. So okay, let me, oh, looks like, okay, so let me install this one. So you can see by default, the Linux system doesn't come with this this IF config. So I'm just going to, but for me to get this IF config, I have to install NetTools. So, so it's installing it for me. So that's good. Yes, so yeah, this is what I'm expecting. So if you run ifconfig, if you if you um so I think this is the IP address, this one here. So right now is local host. So 127.0.0.1. Um no, sorry. No, I think sorry. So let me explain what these are. So this is loop back. So it's just a way for for the Linux system to be able to send the request to itself. And it's usually this IP address 127.0.0.1. Then this ETH0. So there's something called interface or network interface. So it's just a way where it's like a door where for example, if I have like a virtual machine running, I need to attach a network interface. So any request going into, that virtual machine would pass through that interface. So we can see this IP address 172.24. So this is it looks like this is um, so I think there are three types of IP addresses, Victor. I think there's one that is 10 dot, blah, blah, blah. There's one that is 192 dot, whatever. And I think the third one might be this 172, dot whatever. Um, so once I craft the assignment, I'll point you guys to what you guys need to read to, come up to speed, what this means, so that when you see them, you know exactly, what they mean. For example, now like this net mask, it means something important. Um, what else? I think this broadcast as well. Um, so overall, when you run this IF config, you just need to know what this means. What this means. I need to know what this first line means as well. And I think the other things can be ignored, sort of. Um, um, except if you are doing deep level Linux stuff. But otherwise, these are all the bits that you need to know. Yeah. So shall we stop here? But you guys can. I'll upload the video so you guys can practice over. You can make reference to the video as well, and then I'll post the assignment. I think either tomorrow or Tuesday, so that you guys can have some theoretical stuff to read over just to bring you guys up to speed.